You just can't get jealous when your man is attracted to another woman. Let me explain. The shapes of a woman's body is telling his brain that this creature can support a human child. It is just a biological response that is embedded into all of us to ensure the survival of the human race. The ability to see it this way completely takes the power away from that attraction. As long as they're not taking action on that attraction, then there's no reason for you to have to feel jealous.
What do you say to young men who come to you for advice, who feel lost, who don't really know where they fit into society?
I say that life as a man is exceptionally difficult. I say the most beautiful and the most terrifying thing about being a man is you're born without value. Society doesn't care about you. You're only going to be cared about based on how useful you are. You have the chance to build yourself up and become a superhero if you're prepared to do the hard work and be indefatigable enough to never quit. But if you're going to stand around and wait for a handout, nobody's going to ever respect you. And I think that a lot of people have forgotten about how difficult and how competitive it is as a man, always in constant competition with each other. And it's your duty as a man to stand up and say, I want to be as important and strong and good-hearted and God-fearing as possible, and I need to work hard to achieve those things.
Look, you can like him or hate him, but if you really take your time to listen to this guy speak, you know that he's making a lot of sense. And I just wonder why people just hate him so much. Because when you listen to the guy speak and listen to the sense he's pouring out there, then you're going to respect him for the man that he is.
My God.
Captain, the lifeboats are ready to go. Should we load the women and children first?
No, men and children first.
Excuse me, sir?
It's 2022, Private. A woman can handle a sinking ship just as well as a man can. And if you don't think so, you're a misogynistic asshole stuck in 2008.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, for the time being, I am requiring men and children only.
Are you kidding me?
It's 2022. This is what you wanted. You wanted to be treated equal to men? Well, this is how men are treated. Like
No, we don't. We just say that half the time. We don't actually believe in it. Yeah, we do. Come on, we're just as capable as men are. Shut up! I identify as a man! 2022!
Jack, do you think I could go up on the door?
It's 2022, Rose. I wouldn't want to imply that you can't handle the ice cold water the same way a man could.
I think I'm dying, Jack.
I love 2022.
There's been so many times where women say to me, it's like, oh, I told him I want a divorce, but hoping he'd come back for me, but he let me pack my bags. So sometimes they file for divorce or take it that far as a way of testing their partner. And if they're with quite a healthy partner, they'll think you mean it.
So many women try to test their men constantly.
It's an evolutionary thing because here's the reality. Childbirth is potentially fatal. So to put that risk onto a relationship, he better be able to endure all types of storms. So we have to test them. So we have to, unfortunately, test them. We have to test, are they going to be faithful, financially stable, have their own boundaries? Now, the problem is, unfortunately for men, when we push you and you succumb to us, you automatically lose us. What we're saying when we're pushing you is really make sure you don't give in to this, because if you do, then I know you're not strong enough.
Oh my God, give me an example.
It might be something like I push a man to say, I'm going to come home when I want. I'm going to come on girls' trips. I'm going to do whatever I want. And then when you actually give in and say, okay, essentially she feels like she's not being protected. So she feels like nobody's governing her.
You don't have a spine.
You're not responsible. Or she might say, I'm talking to my ex-boyfriend, and you say, I don't feel comfortable with that. She might, no, you have to, I have to. Fine, he accepts it. Essentially, she's saying that you don't mind if I have an affair. Bye. Essentially, what we're begging for sometimes is the boundary. We're not looking for you to bow down.
Wow.
So hard for men to figure that out.
Right, right.
I feel so bad
So
for men.
funny.
It's like reverse psychology all the time, unfortunately.
It's disrespect that will drive a man to the most heinous of crimes. It's disrespect that starts the school shooter bullshit. It's disrespect that makes men go to jail for life sentences. When you truly disrespect a man in a public and permanent way, that's when they switch. That's why I'm so respectful in public. You don't know who the fuck you're talking to. He might be on his last fucking straw. It's
You're a liar.
How dare you speak to me like that?
He didn't walk out the door. You drove him away, I remember. Mum, please, just stop. I remember him begging to stay. I remember him holding me. And I remember you ripping me out of his hands while you screamed at him to get out. And then you spent the next 30 years telling me that he abandoned us, that he's a racist, that he didn't love me. That lie shaped my entire future, my feelings towards kids, towards men. He called me on his deathbed, and I hung up on him. I will never have even an idea of a father because of you. So the next time you want to talk about Baba, I would love for you to try something. Just try something at which you have very little practice. Shut up.
Oh, good. You started without me. So sorry I'm late. Crazy story.
You wanted this lunch so much, you have it.
You know what? There's a saying that there's always three sides to a story. Your side, my side, and the truth. There are a lot of young men out there harboring a lot of sentiments, a lot of pain, a lot of hatred towards their dad because they were only able to hear the story, the side of the story from their mom's perspective. And it would be good if you guys had that opportunity, that bravery to face that your dad that you hate so much, just to get to hear the story from his side. Then everything makes sense. Even is the same with our legal system. When you are being charged, you're not just charged outright. You are given the opportunity so that the jury can hear your side of the story too. So it will be prudent if young men out there just took that step.
Mr. Pace, how did you find out that she slept with your best friend?
Well, that's interesting. We were actually in a heated argument at the time that it occurred, but it kind of just got blurted out to me that Mr. Randolph could be a potential father for Prince.
Wait a minute. So you're in a heated argument as a couple, and just out of the blue she yells, and by the way, your best friend could be Prince's father?
Correct. So it was very emotional for me, being that it's my best friend and this is my woman.
Understandably.
Upon meeting with him, we kind of all agreed, me and him agreed, that we definitely needed to find out what was going on.
I just want him to be able to understand that I did make a mistake, and I am woman enough to admit that I made that mistake, and I want us to go forward from this situation regardless of the results, regardless of, even though in my heart I hope that it does show that he's the father, I just want us to still be able to be a family as we are.
Mr. Pace, you are not his father.
My bad, bro. Oh, man.
So sorry.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
Continuing on with the next result. It has also been determined by this court, Mr. Randolph, you are not.
This looks it off for me. I believe he's like, damn, she's for the streets.
Hi.
No.
What is it?
Don't shake it.
I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
爸妈，这是小陈。
你是哪里毕业？
你住哪里呀？
不错，不错。
不错的呀。
服务员，服务员！演赛，演赛。
Don't forget to tell me if this video was an L or a W in the comment section. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are not yet subscribed and the bell notification so that you'll be notified in our next upload. See ya. Ciao.